one of the things I always remember about Srila Prabhupada in the early days was how it was like a family. You know, Prabhupada used to get in the van with us. We used to go to these houses and sometimes there were just Bangladeshi refugees or something, and we'd be sitting in the house eating on the floor with Srila Prabhupada, and we'd get back in the Sankirtan van, and then we'd get back to the temple. Sometimes it was late, and even Prabhupada would ask to cook prasadam. We'd have prasadam. And I always remember also that Srila Prabhupada was always so eager to preach, even when he was sick, even when he was ill. Nothing seemed to stop him. I remember one time where we hadn't arranged any programs because Prabhupada was ill. And we went into Prabhupada's room, and Prabhupada asked, I can't remember who he was asking, whether it was Tamal Krishna Maharaj or something. He said, why is there no programs? And then we said, well, Prabhupada, because you're sick, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, sick? Prabhupada said, I am like the cow. Wherever you take me, I will give milk. Prabhupada said, do you remember that one?
Yes.
That was such a nice expression. Another thing I wanted to mention, which was very beautiful about Prabhupada, was he used to give a class in the morning, and then afterwards we used to go up to his room sometimes, and then he'd listen to it on the tape afterwards. Remember that? And I remember one time we were sitting there listening to the tape, and then Prabhupada would stop and he'd say, so what do you think of this point? Isn't it like that? And we discussed the points, and then one devotee was getting bewildered, and he said, Prabhupada, why do you listen to your own tapes? You know, he just said it like in a kind of, and I thought that was a real funny question. And Prabhupada said, because I did not speak them. It was just so wonderful the way he said it. He said, because I did not speak them. Do you remember that, Maharaj? And I always thought that was an incredible thing. Another thing in relationship to Radharani and Shwara was when Prabhupada would come and greet the deities when he first arrived, there was always some transcendental mellow going on. And I know one time when Prabhupada was speaking, and suddenly he got very emotional. And Prabhupada, like that, he said, I have captured Krishna. He said, I have captured Krishna. Either it was during a class or something, but he said, I'm holding him here for you. He said, I'm holding him, now you please come. You please come and take. Like that. It was always remember that. But the beauty was that Prabhupada was so personal, and every single interest was there. I'll tell you a funny story was that how Prabhupada was almost all pervasive. And that was that in 1970, I think everyone went off to India. So everyone just disappeared. Suddenly the temple was kind of half empty. And Mukunda Maharaj was there. And then all of a sudden Mukunda Maharaj says to me, I'm going off to LA. And I said, well, who's going to take charge? He said, oh, you can be in charge. And I was only 18 at the time. And my parents didn't even know I was a devotee at that time. And I remember I had to go and do a television interview as the head of the Hare Krishna movement. And like, that was the first time my parents ever saw me. I was shaved up and I was the head of the Hare Krishna movement.
Prema Dana Karuna Prachu